Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Yo, mic check, step in close. We came to talk, we came to boast. Small show, big dreams, big smoke. Every word hit hard when we close. Mr. Phoenix in the frame, velvet glides, then takes the lane. Lil Mac got that quick fire flame. 3 names, 1 wave, 1 game. Say it loud, lean in now. Watch us turn, tiny room, huge sound. Let's talk the biggest small show.
Oh, it's a Wednesday. Oh my God, we've got an amazing guest, and it's Cartoon Magic. If you haven't know what Cartoon Magic is, you need to be watching and paying attention because my guest will blow your mind. I just want to let you know that Cuckoo is here.
Oh.
Check this out.
What the?
How you doing?
I bet all the ladies like that.
Oh yes, they never stop talking about it.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, I am Cuckoo.
You are Cuckoo. I've been watching on your Facebook, and man, it is a pleasure to have you on here.
It's an honor.
Thank you very much. So let's just go to the beginning and work our way up. What got you into doing magic?
Well, the Cliff Note version, I'm going to try to give you the Cliff Note version because the first couple of podcasts I ever did, answering this question just took up the whole podcast. So
Oh, dear Lord.
I'll try not to do that. As a kid, I loved cartoons. I would draw all sorts of characters with tongues hanging out and eyeballs coming out and stuff all throughout high school. And I would get all the, like every year I would get the award for art, and that was just my main thing. And so when I graduated, I knew I wanted to go to an art school. And the first one I got into, I was like, I'm done. And I attribute this to, you know, my ADHD in hindsight. But like 2 years in, I discovered once I wanted to select a major that there wasn't a major that was animation or illustration. So I ended up studying sculpture. And the school I went to was Tyler School of Art. And at Tyler, sculpture is kind of a broad term. It can be performance art. It can be making robots and stuff like that. And those two things were kind of my focus was, you know, physical computing with motors and stuff like that and performing. But when I had to graduate, I had to make a living out of performing. So
exactly,
my studies, I was like, how do you do this? And I learned that there were people like jugglers and magicians and clowns that have a commercial product, and people seek them out and hire them and book them for things. And in all my studies there, you know, I learned how to, for instance, perform magic in restaurants. That's kind of how I got my first initial, you know, building a clientele, meeting so many people every single night that way. But also when I studied, I learned, I was exposed to people like my I'm going to get this backwards, my predecessor, the original cartoon magician. So kind of all these, it's this big melting pot of all these different influences in that way.
Heck yeah.
And that was the first time I saw someone do this.
Oh my God.
I felt it in there.
Wow.
Don't try that at home.
I know, joke. How'd you keep those to come out?
Try that at work. Yeah. No, do that,
Try that at work while you're driving.
Have someone hold the wheel, of course. Yeah.
Nice. So exactly how old were you when you got into the like the magic with mixing it together?
While I was in art school still, this is where I'm not sure. I don't know when I really absorbed magic and all that stuff. Like when, like, was it during my entire time in art school or did it start after? It's all blurry to me.
Right.
At art school, I was the one in the sculpture bay, like the metal shop where people are grinding stuff. And I had a giant PVC pipe with a horn on the top. And I was balancing it and going, honking the thing. I was learning how to balance things and do all kinds of stuff even then. But I would say I can't put an age on it, I guess, but I could say like early.
How about this? How about when did Cuckoo become?
Okay, so my first job outside of art school was working at a kiosk in the mall.
Okay.
And I basically learned very quickly what it's like to work at a kiosk, which is everyone's going to pretend you're invisible because they don't want you to pitch them on whatever you're selling.
Exactly.
I understand where you cut keys, but I'm like, I was right next to an ATM.
Okay.
In the mall, this new store that I had never heard of before opened up called Five Below.
Oh.
And I discovered a dollar snatcher. So it's like this reel with a string, and you can put $1 on it. If the dollar's on the ground, be next to the ATM, and someone would be walking by and be, "Oh, is that your $1?" And like, yeah, and then it goes up to my hand. I'm like, no, it isn't. But
nice.
People thought it was a magic trick, and they're like, "Show me something else." So then I started really, going harder into the magic stuff. Then, especially because I actually started getting crowds. People would bring their kids specifically to the mall to see me and have me perform and stuff like that. And then that kiosk led into a Toys R Us one that opened up seasonally. And I think it was at that Toys R Us one where we actually had this toy called Cuckoo Birds.
Okay.
And you squeeze it, and an egg would come out, and it would make a noise. And I don't remember maybe there's like a smaller one inside the egg or something. But I was like, I like Cuckoo. I think I'm going to stick with Cuckoo. And also, I mentioned to you off mic, that Cuckoo is kind of like a joke. To say I am Cuckoo gets people laughing, especially after something. In a restaurant, I walk up and my tie comes up and hits me in the face before I even say anything. So I walk up. Oh, hi, I am Cuckoo. Can you tell? And, started getting a laugh there.
You get it.
Yeah.
Nice. So we've already gotten, of course, you said Sylvester being your favorite magician. Is there any others?
Oh, there's so many great.
Who would be in your top 3?
Well,
actually, hang on. Not to cut you off. Let's do this. Yes. A Mount Rushmore.
Okay. Now, would this be of personal influence, or would it be great performers in general outside of myself? Because there's a distinction there.
I would say outside of yourself.
Okay, for just like influencing magic in general. Like, for instance, we actually, speaking of people we recently lost, I think it was 2 days ago, Juan Tamariz, he's a magician from Spain. Okay. I'm not even a card magician, but he is the card magician. He is the guy that made Spanish magic a thing, and all these amazing, crazy magicians out of Spain who do crazy stuff with cards. It's all just directly from him.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Definitely up there in that sense. This is kind of me melding the two questions because this is a personal influence. But someone for me, really big time, is Charlie Fry, who is a magician and a juggler. And he is kind of a cartoon magician. He doesn't brand himself that way, but he performs with all these sound effects and all this stuff. And he is just like, his sleight of hand and his juggling skills are just top notch, like untouchable.
Right.
And then conceptually, I really think that Penn and Teller
good
put
one.
magic in a completely different place, where it was before they were on the map. They kind of like they made it postmodern and made people like think about their routines intellectually, not just,
right,
a cheesy metaphor or something.
They went on Hollywood as well, like with going like doing acting and stuff and different things too.
Right. Yeah, they have several films that they made, and they're on. They've done all the different guest spots on the different TV shows. Yeah.
So, is that the last one? Would be
well, then let's meld this thing. Let's rope it back into my personal influences too.
Okay.
I actually recently, upon reflecting back on my progression, very early on, someone who influenced me, especially my close-up magic, was a magician named Eric Leclerc. He's a
Okay.
Canadian magician.
Okay.
And he just like gets up in people's faces and just is like, crazy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go into these restaurants and I'm going to stand on the chairs. I'm going to get in people's faces. I'm going to just go nuts. And, you know, that's something a cartoon would do, right? But he is the magician I saw kind of really just this is pre-COVID, of course. You know, I think during 2020, you don't want to get like in people's faces like that. But I feel like we're getting back to like being able to do that again. But like that's kind of something that I picked up from him, I think, is like that style. So he's
bring a ruler with you.
right.
Put the ruler out there and be like, okay, I'm in your face now.
Yeah, I had a mask with a ruler on it, Pinocchio style.
Now I'm in your face, COVID style.
Right.
That is awesome. I know they're illusionists, but what do you feel about David Blaine and Chris Angel?
I think David Blaine, especially with his first television special, he made close-up magic a thing the way it is now.
Right.
Like he was the first person to turn the camera on the people who he was performing for and feature their reactions to the tricks. Yeah. That first special that he did. And that kind of like turned everything on its head. Like up until that point, any TV special for magic was like a stage show. And, you know, you'd see the backs of their heads while they're clapping the audience, but that was revolutionary. And, you know, I like Chris Angel. I like him too. But I feel like as far as making a comment about, you know, these watershed moments, I think David Blaine especially did that.
So how do you like performing? Is it one of your favoriteest things ever?
Yeah, I don't have any hobbies because of it. It's just my obsession.
So if you didn't go into magic, what would be your next pick, you think?
Well, I think that making the crazy sculptures that do stuff, like to describe some of the things I did before I left art school. Aside, I did some performance stuff there too, but I would experiment. Even then, I was obsessed with sounds and sound effects and stuff. And I would make like these robots that would make sounds. Like I had one thing that like it was a violin bow going like this over a string from like either a bass or a guitar or something. That sound went through the string to a robot that had a random program. It had a speaker on a crane and it would spin around like this, and then randomly would stop over a tank of water and go and submerge the speaker under the water. And then there's a microphone in the condom to make it waterproof.
Yes.
Inside the water, and it go, and the speaker would go right up to the speaker, and then you would hear the same sound, but it would be different. It would have the acoustics of, you know, going through the water to the thing, and then it would come back out and it would spin around. And when it was spinning, you're also getting like this Doppler effect. So that's like one example of just like a crazy, you know, experimental sculpture that plays with sound and stuff. But I'd make all sorts of sound machines. I made one silly thing that was like a urinal, and I called it did I call it the poop show or poopage show? But at any rate, there are two little, you know, you go to the novelty store and you get those rubber turds. The little turds with googly eyes, and they were going, one motor was controlling the two of them and making go up and down randomly because they're like these timing cams. And then the cam was also pushing a whoopee cushion. So one turd, the bigger turd would move, it would go. But it wasn't a recorded sound. It was actually a whoopee cushion up inside the curtain that was over the urinal. And the urinal was kind of like, if you know art at all, there's Marcel Duchamp was an artist who he had this piece called The Fountain. And it was like literally just he bought a urinal, turned it like this, signed it, and said, "This is art," because the artist said it is. And it was like this, what is that movement called? The Dada movement of art. So it's kind of like a Dada reference to Marcel Duchamp's fountain piece.
Oh wow! So where are your gadgets now that you built?
Well, slowly over time, I've taken them apart and used the motors for other things. I just this year threw out that urinal as I cleaned out my studio, and I say cleaned out. It is a mess in here. You don't, but I threw out a bunch of stuff. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
It's a work in progress.
So,
But yeah, I do have like a thumb drive that has some of the old videos and stuff like that.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you ever kept any of them or like kind of like trophies or.
Yeah, well, I did. In that process, I did cut a hole in the roof of my studios in my garage here. I discovered that there's an attic.
Oh,
yeah, and it was a real frenzy. So there might be some pieces up there later on. I should go up and check. I'll report back to you.
So do you tour?
Say it again.
Do you tour?
No, like extended tours. I just recently went to Florida. I'm booked to go out to Ohio and some other places, New York, here and there. But I don't have like a string of shows lined up now. I will say that right now I am very much in the metamorphosis phase of my act. So once the full cartoon act has reached fruition, I think there'll be tours on the horizon. So one thing we haven't talked about is how I've like early on, before I had a blessing to pursue an act like Sylvester the Jesters, which mine is actually a bit different in some ways. I kind of dialed things back for a while and focused on doing a traditional parlor show. So it was like a magic show about cartoons.
Okay.
Sylvester the Jester's act wasn't really a magic show. It was just like he used his own methods to create these cartoon illusions, but he was really just a cartoon up there on stage, just being wacky,
right?
Going through his own little narrative that he created, but it wasn't presented as like, the opening trick, this and that. And he did have a parlor show he would do at the Magic Castle, but that was something different. So yeah, with that said, right now, because I do have this parlor show, I'm kind of branching out from my parlor show and making it more and more cartoony. And maybe someday it won't be recognizable as a magic parlor show. But the centerpiece of it that I'm working on is a screen that has full animation of me.
Oh,
I walk in and out of. So the show will actually start as a TV like this up here, and it plays the intro to the Cuckoo cartoon. And then at the end of the cartoon, I come to the little hole. The screen will drop to the ground, and then I walk out the side, and I begin the live action stuff. But then throughout the rest of the show, I want to go in and out of that screen, and have all these animated bits and stuff like that.
Okay, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, my animator who I collaborate with, since I went into sculpture, I didn't become a full-fledged animator, and animation is very collaborative anyway, so I like to embrace that.
Yeah.
His name is Atta Lucero, and he's really, really, really great animator. And he and I are working on all the bits in between. So I've already done a performance where like the intro was there when I was in Illinois last year. But then I kind of hung it up for a while. I'm also working on getting a TV that's a little less bulky.
Right.
It's hard to lug that around.
So where are you based out of?
I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm in a town called Douglasville. I'm like an hour outside of Philly.
So you're not too far, say, from Florida.
Where are you?
In Newport Richey, Florida.
Okay. Yeah. What part of Florida is that?
It's about 22 miles from Clearwater.
Is it like northern Florida?
Kind of down at the.
Is it south of Orlando?
Yeah, I'm about 3 hours from Orlando.
Okay.
About 35, maybe 45 minutes to Tampa.
Gotcha. Yeah, I never made it that far. Not with the act anyway. I've been to Orlando, of course. But I was just in just outside of Pensacola where I was.
Oh, okay.
A year ago. Yeah.
Right on. Well, I've got I'll message you later about it, but I've got a festival that's going on in New Smyrna by Daytona.
Okay.
And we're looking to get some acts and things like that together and see what we can do.
I'll connect you with my people.
That works. And as long as they pencil it in with pen and not pencil and erase it. So, do you have any demonstrations?
Yes. Well, actually, before I do like a routine or anything, I could show you also like kind of like an in progress prototype level thingy of mine.
Okay.
This is like my own little jaw drop effect. I shouldn't give a spoiler. I shouldn't tell you what it is. I'll just do it.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Ugh.
Oh man.
Part of me. That's something very rare. I'm actually making into a product so that other magicians can do it too.
Ooh,
yeah.
Right on.
I'm talking to a couple of different people who are magic companies that are interested in possibly doing it. So stay tuned for that, especially if you're a magician. Yeah.
That is super cool.
Actually, before we got on, you asked me about what my favorite trick is.
Yes.
Because I was talking about Sylvester the Jester and how he is a cartoon magician, but actually his biggest footprint he made on magic was he created a move called the Sylvester pitch. Here, I'll try to see if I have enough room here. Make sure my camera's putting up tall enough. But it's like basically a thing where you can reach up into the air and make coins appear. You can actually make anything appear, but there's coins all over the place. There's one right there. There's another one over there. And I'd never forget about this one. Look, right back there. Now, some people think I cheat when I do this, mainly you, Mr. Phoenix. Other people think I use two. Oh, there's another one right there. I don't stop at two. I stop at nothing. They keep coming. You're actually going to hear.
Oh my gosh.
So listen very carefully. You should be able to hear this. Listen. You hear that?
Yes.
You know why? There's actually a couple of them right there. But I'll be honest, there's more than a couple. There's a bunch of these. Look, there's another and another and another and another and another. And
Dear Lord.
Look at that. Ooh, another one right there. If I were greedy, I would just reach up into the air and grab a whole handful. Just like that. Wouldn't that be cool if I could do that? I will admit that would be really very cool. I'll let you know if I ever do.
Oh, my lands.
And to take it a step further, because you've seen things that look like these. You know, they're round, they're shiny, they're coins. But there's a saying, a penny saved is a penny earned. Don't blink, because it looks precisely, yes, like this.
Nice.
That brings whole new meaning to that expression. I've earned a lot, but I don't like the penny. I prefer the good old, there it is, the old.
Well, the penny's obsolete. Look at there.
And that's the gist of it. Like you can make anything.
Awesome.
He would make things like the eggplants. He would make it a whole eggplant come up. Objects that big. It's a really cool thing. And he invented it, which to invent a move, a coin move in the last century is like unheard of. Because everything's been done. It was all figured out couple hundred years ago. But he's a genius.
So you need to come down and visit. We're going to go to Hard Rock Hotel and go to the casino and eat some coins.
Human slot machine. Just pull my tongue and coins will come out. Yeah.
I need to be able to play the slot machines and win us some jackpots. I'll share, I promise.
Or you know what we could do? We could ring the bell. Yeah. You know what I could use? I could use one of these bad boys. Check this out. Oh!
What the?
Come here, you. Oh, sorry, I got carried away.
How'd that happen?
So actually, believe it or not, that's inspired by a hammer that Sylvester the Jester invented. And he never actually had it in his act. He actually, it was during the phase where he had stopped performing because eventually he had, I guess we should inform the listeners a little background here. He had Alzheimer's disease, so he had to stop performing. But he went through a whole period where he just made all these crazy products that he would sell to magicians. And he, at the time that I made mine way back when, I actually made that one way back in the day. He only had one mallet that was like this big, the head of it. But I made that one because I'm like, I had this idea for after it appears, the side opens up like, and a boxing glove comes out and hits me in the face. So I made that one, and then he actually went on to make one that size eventually.
So I take it Jim Carrey, the mask would be a good a liking for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would say in his trajectory, I know this is an interview about me, but I'm also his successor and I'm keeping his torch. So I also like to.
Oh, that's fine. No problem.
He already was doing some cartoon stuff, but when he saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit, he was like, that's it. I'm going to become a cartoon. That was like the moment that he decided that he was just going to do it. And he did it. Have you seen his act?
I have not yet, but I definitely will check it out after.
Let me check it out. He does things like at the end of his act, he has a ticking gift package is given to him.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's ticking. It must be a cuckoo clock.
And then it goes, and his head blows off. And he's walking around without a head, and then his head falls down, and he's kicking it with his feet off stage. And he comes back out, putting his head back on. And this is kind of maybe not a spoiler; it's a teaser. I'm working on a different method, but I want to have my entire because I have my screen. I want to go with TNT into the screen, and then visually animated, blow up, and have my entire body, arm, leg, head over the top, just go off in every direction, and then have them all go, and then reassemble visually using the screen. So it's kind of like it's a different effect, but it's kind of like a tip of the hat to how he would end his show. So that's on my bucket list, my to-do list.
That's a good one. Definitely
That'd be cool. Yeah.
My real good friend Ben, he was working on learning magic and everything. He never did the cartoon magic, but he went into like the Harry Potter table, and he can make the table float and different things like that. One of the favorite things is he calls a bandana a banana. And he can create and make a banana appear into the bandana.
I think it's like is it a routine where there's a voice talking to him?
Yes.
Okay. It's kind of like a classic in magic, that one.
Yep. It's a step. Yeah. It's like step 1,
right?
Step 2, so on and so forth. Yep.
Yeah. David Copperfield once in one of his specials did a version of it where he borrowed a lady's purse instead of a bandana, and he did it in a lady's purse.
Oh, snap.
Squished the banana in there and it disappeared and all that.
Oh, that would suck if it was squishy.
Right.
It squished all inside her purse.
Would you like to see another thing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You're amazing, man.
Oh, thank you. Well, I could show. It's kind of weird to do this one this close up. It's kind of a broader thing, but this is inspired. This is actually the original thing that made me go viral because other magicians didn't know I had a blessing to pursue an act like Sylvester's, and this kind of resembles something of his. In his act, he had I think it's called a cloche, like the fancy domed lid, where food comes out under a fancy metal lid.
Oh, okay.
Describing. So on bigger shows where he had an assistant with him, a lady would come out with this thing, and it was green eggs and ham under it. And she's like, if you won't be fed, you will wear them on your head. And she puts the dome over his head and hits him with the ham like it's a hammer, like there's a fork on it. And when they come off, his head is shaped like a dome. But then the second day, he's like, actually, I do want that. And he starts fighting with the tray underneath with her, and it goes and hits him in the face. So I have in my act the Acme non-stick frying pan. Okay, so it's kind of similar effect to what he did with that thing. It works like this. Sorry.
Oh no, we lost him. There he is.
I'm okay.
Okay, I was going to see if I was going to talk to a circle head.
Oh no, was I not? Oh, for a moment there, I was worried that when you said circle head, that instead of the
Oh no, not the spinning wheel of death.
Good.
We have not had spinning wheel of death.
Good.
Yes, we're good on that one. We try to stay clear from spinning wheel. So randomly,
Yes,
as a thing between me and Vinny, we always asked your favorite top 3 pies. What would they be?
Tomato pie. Is that a cheat answer?
I don't even think that's a pie.
Well, like a pizza pie.
Oh no! You can't have pizza pie.
That doesn't count. Okay.
No.
Okay. This is tough. Because I like every pie is good, right? I think apple pie and pumpkin pie are like the staple Thanksgiving. Really hit the spot.
You really have to. So what's first, pumpkin or apple?
I think pumpkin for me.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah. I'm catching up. Damn it. Here's an apple, and I'm just. He's not even here, and he's still winning.
Was his apple?
Yes.
Oh, I just got the 2 that you 2 fight over right immediately.
Yes.
Like that. Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yep.
And then the comedian in me wants to say like a banana cream pie because that's what.
Ooh.
Throw in someone's face.
Oh no! You got to eat it yourself.
But there's like also like some really like good like chocolate, like some mousse type stuff going on. Like you can't beat that. I think something with chocolate is like chocolate desserts are the best. So I don't know which one that is because I've had a lot of different ones and I can't recall the names.
There's a turtle. There's a turtle pie.
That sounds good. Yeah, I'll eat that.
Not with real turtle.
Okay, good. So I'd say some kind of chocolate pie would be the third one.
A chocolate pie, right on. So would you be pie or cake?
I think cake. I think. Well, you mean for that option?
Yeah, if you had to choose, and
if we're talking about pies, I would say a chocolate pie. But if it's like my birthday, I want cake.
See, I got pie. I can't handle the cake. I'm not a cake fan, unless it's brownies. Brownies is good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I understand how like sometimes icing is like a little bit too much, like how it can be like too sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. But quick side note, just putting in a fun fact from my business insider info.
Okay.
Clowns, the pros, when they throw a pie, it's actually shaving cream.
Ew.
Not mentally. Without menthol, and no one's eating it. It's meant to be thrown, So, because sugar is sticky, right? So you don't want that. So you get the shaving cream. They just wipe it off the important, they clear their air passage in their eyes, and then they're good to go. And they can do their take and leave the stuff on there. But, a sugary cream-filled thing on your face, like night after night, that doesn't really work very well.
But, I mean, like the mouth area, though, and it accidentally gets in your mouth,
Yeah, you don't get the menthol because the menthol that'll get your eyes,
Yeah.
But I think it doesn't have really much of a flavor. I don't know. I haven't eaten it.
I don't want to try. But now every clown that's out there that's going to pay attention is going to email me now going, he told my secret.
Well, I'm not telling how they do the clown car. At least I'm keeping that a secret.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
I would like to see that. But you don't have a car where you can see, so.
I've seen it. My wife went to clown camp. Actually, along our journey of becoming cuckoo, before I was cuckoo, I accompanied her to clown camp. So she was the student, and I just waited in the motel room. But she learned that day, and she did the clown car. It's just a little Mini Cooper, and it was like 30 people came out of that thing.
What in the world?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, that would be perfect for the drive-in theater.
Right. Except I don't think it would be a very comfortable way to watch the movie.
Well, no, you kick them out afterward and go find somewhere to sit, man.
Yeah, everyone goes sit on the hood of someone else's car. Spread out. Spread out, boys. Spread out.
I got you here. That's all that matters.
That's the Three Stooges. Spread out, boys. Spread out.
Great. You just. Yep. They are classics.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I feel like they're an original cartoon act, with the sound effects and everything.
Yeah, I can see that.
And with the Three Stooges, to go on a tangent, if you don't mind tangents,
Okay.
they were originally not the Three Stooges. They were Ted Healy and his Stooges. You know that?
No, I did not.
So, like there's an act, with Ted Healy, was this guy. He was the Mo type who would be slapping everyone around. And I don't think they used pre-recorded sound effects. He would hit them so hard that you could hear. He's like, they need to be able to hear it from the balcony seats. So like the Stooges ultimately, like Curly had like strokes and all this stuff. Like they went through some serious. The original Stooges, Mo, Larry, Curly, and Shemp, they went through some serious abuse. Curly Joe Dorita in the later years, and Joe Besser. I think Joe Besser's catchphrase was "not so hard," and and the agreement was like with Curly Joe, they were much older by then, but he was like, "You're not allowed to hit me." And there's this interview where this guy was. It was like when the Three Stooges had a cartoon on television, and it became like more like, because originally they weren't necessarily for kids, There were like theatrical shorts that were playing, much like Looney Tunes was not originally for kids. It was a theatrical short that would play before a film. But at this point, kids would be watching it. So the announcer says, children will be watching the show. A lot of concerned mothers out there about their kids reproducing it. And so it's Mo standing there with Curly Joe Dorita and Larry. And Mo's like, no, I'll give you a demonstration of how we do it. And you can see Curly Joe Dorita's like, oh no, like, is he gonna hit me? And then so like he does like a demonstration for Larry. He's like, you see, as you go up to the nose, you just gently twist. You're not actually making contact. And then he goes up to Joe to do this thing, and he does. So Larry reacts to actually play the pain, but when he goes up to Joe, he's just like deadpan, like refusing to participate. Because he has like this like hard line, like he will not have any slapstick done to him at this point. That to me was a guilty pleasure, watching Curly Joe Dorita under those circumstances.
So do you have any other demos?
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I'll show you an invention of mine.
Okay.
Let's see. I need. If you were with me, I would ask you to give me money that we could borrow. But that's okay. You're not with me. You're not in the room.
I've got a ring that I can
I got something to give you. I got you covered. Check this out.
Okay.
See this? Look. That's for you. That's your money. Okay.
That's my money.
Since you're not in the room with me, I'll write on it.
Okay.
I got a marker. So what should I write on it?
Put the number 13, because that's my favorite number.
Okay. Nice and big. Okay, so I will recap the marker.
Yes.
I got the number 13 right here. Now, I am going to lock this in for you. And I mean really lock it in. Remember exactly where it is, because this is a one-of-a-kind dollar right here. But I brought with me my Acme money clip. Can you see that on the screen?
Yes.
Yeah. It's an Acme money clip right there. And this is the part where you don't want to look away. You ready? Watch. 1, 2, and 3. Now, normally, if that actually were your money, you'd look a little bit frustrated. But that's okay.
I was going to play a slot machine with that later, but
I'm going to tell you how I did it. Do you want to learn?
Sure.
Good, because it's in the script. I have to tell you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I used a magnet. Check it out. You ready? Yeah. Ooh, am I stuck in my hair? No, not this time. Buns of steel. Buns of steel right there.
Oh, no.
On the magnet is a paperclip. In the paperclip is a dollar bill. On that dollar bill should be the number 13.
There it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hold on. I'll give you one. I got to get to it.
Got some canned applause.
It took me a second, but I got it.
Well, as promised, here, this is yours. You can keep that. There you go. You got it? Go, yeah, put that in your pocket. There you go. Good.
All right. It's in my pocket. I get it. Hang on. All right.
And
now-
is there a time restriction on the meeting? Are we running low on time?
We're good.
Okay, because I have one more I could take us out on, but we can kind of bookend it if you have other questions.
I've got 2 more questions, but they're kind of for the end.
Okay. So after the trick, is what you're saying?
Yeah, just kind of have fun.
We should do this trick then. I should do this trick because I have a notepad over here.
Okay. My show is kind of just our show. I still call it our show because he's with us no matter what.
Absolutely.
Is kind of like just friends having coffee,
Right?
So it's not this strict. It's
not like a specific format or anything. You just
it's just having fun.
Well, I do have a marker here.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a character of sorts. So,
so we got
Mr.
paper.
Phoenix.
Yes.
Strike a pose. Okay.
A pose.
Phoenix. Oh, that's nice. La 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 la. It's coming out very nicely. I am going to change one eensy weensy little detail. This is not going to be a character of you. This is going to be a character for you. Intrigued a little bit? I hope so. It's up there. You know, it does start off a little sketchy. Okay, so please don't judge. This is it right here. Those are the eyes. That's the mouth. I know it looks like eggs and bacon. It's going to get better. I'm going to develop this character and bring it to life. And I don't mean that literally, just figuratively. But some people find my art to be quite moving. Now, I don't mean literally moving. I just mean emotionally moving. What's wrong? You're looking at it like it's alive. What?
Are you alive? What? I can't hear you.
You're looking at me.
Are you alive?
I still can't hear you.
Are you alive?
Oh, give me some ears.
Oh, ears. No wonder you can't hear. You need ears. Is that better?
I can't hear you.
I forgot the ear holes. That is an important detail. Is that better?
How dare you?
Oh, that's much better. I can hear you now. Give me some hair.
Okay, a do for you. How about a chin, too?
Oh, boy, do I look handsome. Oh, how about a nose?
Okay, one schnoz coming right up. There you go, pal.
Don't forget the mohawk.
You stink.
I stink. That's the marker, not me.
Don't forget.
It's about time you gave me eyebrows. What happened to my voice?
Uh-oh.
Hey, man. You gave me angry eyebrows.
Sorry, buddy. Jeez, let me fix that for you.
Oh, that's much better. My temperament has been fixed.
Well, it's the least I could do.
Okay.
You do the same thing.
Okay,
Oh.
finally, give me a mustache.
All right, I'll give you the mustache. You gotta hold still, though.
Oh,
We're jumping around the page. We're making this difficult for me.
Well, it's kind of a curly mustache. I hope you don't mind.
I never asked for a girly mustache. Sacre bleu. Why do I sound like a Pepe Le Pew? It's a rip-off.
A rip-off, huh, sir? You are 100% correct. And as with the money, that is for you.
Thank you.
Got it.
Thank you. I'll wait. Thank you.
But the only downfall is you forgot the mohawk, and I don't like mustaches.
Oh, I forgot to mention it wasn't of you. It was for you.
Oh, okay. I got that one.
I pivoted. I pivoted very early on. I wasn't going to try to encapsulate you.
So, first off,
Yes.
it's kind of toward the end, but it's okay because we're not at the end yet. We're still got it perfect timing. Is there anything you would like to plug? Anything you would like to basically get out there to people?
Well, you know what? Since this is live and it's Wednesday, August 26th, go see Coyote versus Acme in theaters this Friday.
Yes.
That's what I would like to plug. Because I love Looney Tunes, obviously. And
I have them actually on my TV right now on the other room.
oh, that's awesome. We're absorbing it. Like their energy is coming from the television.
Right?
So the more successful this film is, the brighter the future is for not just Looney Tunes in general, but Looney Tunes on the big screen.
Oh, really?
You know, like there was what was it? You know, around the time that Coyote versus Acme. For those who don't know the story of Coyote versus Acme, it was canned originally a couple of years ago. They filmed the whole movie, and then the head of Warner Brothers, someone who had recently acquired Warner Brothers, decided to make it a tax write-off, and they canned the film, and it was never going to be seen by anyone. Wow. And then Catch Up Entertainment bought it for like $6 million or something like that, maybe $8 million or something, and now they're distributing it. They actually distributed The Day the Earth Blew Up. Do you remember the movie with Daffy and Porky? Was last year, or maybe 20? Yeah, it was 2025.
Oh, is it about the gum?
Yes. So that did well enough for them to then, after that film, they purchased Coyote versus Acme.
Okay.
So it's kind of like we're building here. We're building. But also when Coyote versus Acme got canned, there's a Scooby-Doo movie that got canned, a Supergirl movie, and then in progress for streaming, I think there's also a Bugs Bunny musical. Ooh. Which would even if you don't like musicals, you want a Bugs Bunny musical.
Hey, what's up, Doc? What's cooking? What's up, Doc?
You know,
I can just imagine and he spins and turns into a different character.
Yeah. Or
duck season, rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season, rabbit season, duck season. Shoot!
And Daffy's bill ends up like, on the back of his head or whatever,
or all sideways. And, yep.
So there's just like Looney Tunes and music have always been a thing, like they were created around classical music, and they actually were like recorded, like scores were recorded for each short with an orchestra, custom for each one. A live orchestra. So a musical movie, if maybe that will actually get made into a film, is what I'm saying. That would be kind of interesting. Yeah.
I mean,
if what Walt Disney did with a theme park happened early on enough for Looney Tunes, unstoppable. I feel like that's like the main difference between. Because Mickey's fine, especially the early Mickey and the Pole.
Oh, yeah. Oswald, man.
What's that?
Oswald.
Oh yeah, and that's coming out. That looks great too. Do you know about that?
The
movie that's coming out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting too. But basically, that's my main plug: is support Coyote versus Acme. If you can't attend on Friday, which is opening night here in the U.S. By the way, I think Hollywood premiere is tonight. It's happening like tonight. But if you can't, like I can't make it until Saturday because I'll be performing at the Works of Wyomissing, where I am most Fridays from 6 to 8 p.m. Pennsylvania. I've already bought the ticket for Saturday because I feel like it's the gross of the sales that have happened by Friday that will determine its box office success. Even if you can't see the movie this Friday, just go online, buy your tickets, lock it in.
Heck yeah. That's going to be awesome. I completely spaced it off and forgot that was coming out Friday.
Well, as soon as this meeting's done, go get your tickets. Even if it's for someone else, even if you can't make it, send someone else to the
send somebody else to go watch the movie and then report it to us.
Yes.
So what would you say to newbies that wanted to get into magic?
Well, there's a lot of different ways of getting into it, while you can learn a lot from the internet and YouTube and all that stuff, that's fine. But if you should also look up if there is a brick and mortar magic shop in your area.
Okay.
And that's a great place to learn because they're going to really be able to get one-on-one in real time in the room with you. Because there's a lot to magic. There's angles matter a lot. And, once you are practicing tricks, learn about the angles. Practice in front of a mirror. Don't just do it dead on. Look at it from the side angles and stuff like that. But if you don't have a brick and mortar magic shop, there's chances are you might have a magic club that still meets in your area. So there's these institutions, SAM and IBM, not the computer IBM. It's the International Brotherhood of Magicians and the Society of American Magicians. They have what they call circles or rings. They have rings that meet up. So sometimes they'll meet at a local library. Sometimes they just meet up at a restaurant in a neighborhood. But you might be surprised to learn that there's a bunch of magicians that are getting together at least once a month in your area that you could be learning from. So that's a big one there too.
Well, we've got a here in Florida a shop. It's called Merlin's. And it's got a whole bunch of different magic tricks and they teach you and stuff like that. I
know in Orlando, I wish I remember the exact name of it. The guy's face is flashing in my head. I don't remember his name, but he has like the magic, something to the effect of like the magic laboratory or something like that. But he brings in magicians from all over the place and they come in. And they perform there, but it's in Orlando.
Right on. And
then, of course, there's magic shops in Disney and whatnot. That's where Steve Martin got his start, you know.
Yeah, I did not know that, but that's
okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Probably in the California location, but
most likely.
Yeah.
Do you know the difference between the two?
Between world and land?
Yes.
Meaning the scale, or
it was the reason they used the name land was because of LA.
La La Land.
Yep. Right. And then Orlando was the was the name for it. For world was Orlando, OR.
Okay, because part of me is like land is also in the name Orlando. It can be kind of confusing.
So we've gotten your talk to the newbies. What was I don't know, did we touch on your very first trick?
Okay, so as a performer or just like as a person in general dabbling?
As a performer, as Cuckoo.
Okay. Because I'd say as a kid, I remember owning the little ball and vase. Do you know what that is?
I do not.
I probably have one in the magic kit that I sell down there somewhere, but it's like a little blue or whatever color, a little plastic, like those things you have the egg where you crack the egg and they serve it with this little thing. It looks like one of those, but with a lid, and you open it up and there's a little red ball in there and you can take the ball and put it in your pocket. You put the lid on, snap your fingers and the ball's back again. And you put the lid back on, snap your fingers and then it's gone. And then, it can appear in your pocket and put it back in. And that was the first one I ever owned. But as Cuckoo is tough because there is a blurry section in my memory of, remember the tongue I did in the very beginning?
Yes.
How I found Sylvester originally, I found the material that made a stretchy tongue possible. And I started going on at the time I was exploring a website called the Magic Cafe Forum. Now that's another place where if you're a beginner, I as a beginner did learn a lot from the Magic Cafe Forum, but you need a thick skin there. They have kind of a reputation of people kind of turning on each other in the comment section there. But regardless, I think that was the original cartoony effect that led me to discovering Sylvester. And then the eyeballs that I demonstrated for you today were my own creation, inspired by actually a genre of magic that's thimble magic.
Okay.
So I was inspired by I also have larger eyes that I use, but he would have these larger eyes that were like this big, but he came up with the thought of the justification of you wipe your eyes and then the eyes pop. And that brings your hands to the right. I know this isn't a magic podcast. I shouldn't give too much away, but that thought process of bringing the hands up and wiping them is what led me to the mental path of me creating this more thimble magic style, which is really good for close-up magic. You can repeat it and do it everywhere, and it's better angle-wise and stuff like that. So I'd say the tongue and the eyes were my first like cartoony creations that I started working on in that way. But I will also say that there's a genre in magic that's called sponge ball magic, or just sponge magic in general.
Okay.
And that is, if I am also talking to newbies who want to kind of make a go of it, Sponge Magic is so interactive. And if you want to like make that gateway entry into doing it professionally by doing restaurants, it kills in a restaurant. You know, you take these little sponge balls and you put one in your hand, one in someone else's. It disappears from your hand and appears in their hand. And at a table while people are waiting for their food, they're going to be screaming and going crazy. And that Sponge Magic, I think, is what gave me my entrance into close-up restaurant magic.
Okay.
Actually, come to think of it, there's also a sponge thing where it's like this repeating, multiplying sponge.
Not yet.
Shh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we don't know what that is.
That's called the digital hook. They're trying to give me the hook there. That actually is what inspired Sylvester the Jester to come up with his coin move, where he makes coins appear. So I'd say it's kind of one of my earliest things, and in a sense, it's one of his earliest too. Sponge magic. It's not a cartoon effect, but it's another classic in magic. Yeah.
Okay. So how many tricks have you made yourself?
That's like asking me how many shows I've done. I'm like, I don't know.
So more than you can count?
Well, because I'll tell you one thing. I'd say there was probably an 8 years straight where I was performing at multiple restaurants per week where I had repeat audiences. So not just in cartoon effects, I could probably figure out if I really set myself to it, you know, how many cartoon effects I've made so far, but I do have a whole sketchbook. I wonder where it is. That's full of like cartoon effects that are yet to be made. Like I've been piling them for a very long time, because I've been dialed back for a long time. So for the longest time, when I come up with an idea, it just became like a sketchbook entry instead of a full creation. But in the restaurants where I had people coming every single week, the same people for like 8 years, it got to the point where I was creating new routines on an almost weekly basis. So some of it was rehashing old ideas, but I had all kinds of crazy things. Like one time I made a little TV that I could fit an iPod into with a screen, and I had someone choose a card, and the screen on the little TV turned on, and it was an animation of like my car, the Cuckoo-mobile, which on the
right there
desktop version you can see, but there you go. For those who are on, that's what it kind of looks like. That's the original one anyway.
Nice.
Shows up on the screen and it's driving and it circles around the moon, and then it crashes on the earth, and I come out the window and I'm holding a card, and I'm like, is that your card? And then it zooms in on the card, which takes up the whole screen, and it shows just the car with the card on it, and then it drives out of the little TV right there on the tabletop in the restaurant. And it's the card that they selected just came out on this little car. So that's kind of like one of the early, that was years ago, but that's probably like, I was already thinking of this screen to life type stuff. But yeah, that's another side tangent. It's just one example of just one of my crazy harebrained schemes. And it's just based off of the concept of having someone pick a card and revealing what it was, but it's what you do with it. In that kind of case. So I would make all sorts of Acme products. I'm working on the levitation, you know, where like you put a kid on a table and you take stuff out from under it. I want to do one where it's not a table, it's actually a pile of Acme crates with products in them.
Okay.
And you just keep taking them away. You open the crate and hand them the products as if they're going to demonstrate them all, but you're left with nothing underneath. Cartoon physics, you know, don't look down, kid. Don't look down.
Yeah.
Because that's how they get you. If you look down, don't look down.
So what was your hardest trick?
I think the Sylvester pitch, that coin routine I did for you today, I spent 5 years before I even showed a live audience a coin appearing using that method. Oh. And then over the course of the next 5 years, I fleshed out the rest of the routine. And by the time you're reaching up and grabbing whole handfuls of coins, that's like 10 years in by the time I'm showing people that it's really serious stuff. But I was like, you know what? If I'm going to follow in his footsteps, I'm going to commit to really learning and doing the work and learning even the hardest stuff.
That's definitely dedication. I mean, that's amazing.
And that's something also on the horizon I hope to make available again is his DVD for magicians where he teaches that trick. We're still working on it, but
Okay.
hopefully we'll get that out there for people.
So, do you have this will be the last question, and then you can take us out.
Yes.
On a demo or whatever you'd like to do.
Yes.
Do you have any DVDs yourself? And do you have any
merch?
I guess
maybe
props and stuff like that?
Yeah. So right now, I'm highly focused on my act. I do have the Cuckoo Magic Kit, which is a traditional starter magic kit. It's not like a cartoon magic kit, which Penguin Magic, there's a company called Penguin Magic. They've expressed like, we should make a cartoon magic kit. So that's a teaser for something way down the road.
Gotcha.
But there is the Cuckoo Cartoon Magic Kit, which is just a traditional, but it has me on it and my card. And then I've got the Cuckoo T-shirt. Oh, I can show you. I can show it to you.
Okay, go ahead.
I know where that is. They're in limited supply right now, but if there was a demand, I would get sizes replenished. That's the shirt.
Very nice.
Yep. I'll make sure that the people on cell phones see it well too. There you go. The Cuckoo T-shirt is there, and then I also have just like the Cuckoo Magic Wand, which is like, $3 plus shipping, and it's another beginner type thing. But if like someone wanted to learn 7 tricks that you could do with an object like a wand or even a pencil or a utensil, like a knife or a fork or whatever, it teaches that stuff, and it has the cartoon of Cuckoo. Oh, only the desktop people can see it. The cartoon of Cuckoo. You can almost see it. There you go. There you go.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Well,
on that note,
I think that's it, brother.
On that note.
That's all, folks. Who'd you expect, Porky Pig?
All right, everybody.
Let's talk the big and small show. Let's talk the big and small show. Let's talk the big and small show. Big talk, bold walk, all facts. Let's talk the big and small show.